Good day, everyone, and welcome back to the Clever Report. It's yours truly, Peter Clever. Since 2018, which was the peak time of this whole woke narrative and everything of men being women and women being men, men playing in women's sports, almost how many years later, almost 7 years, 8 years later, we're still having this argument. And this argument was brought about the whole shift in the culture because Sophie Cunningham made this statement about protecting women's sports and not allowing biological men to play in women's game. But the leftists were crying. And now you see, the conservatives are giving them the functional equivalent of their logic. Now, retired NBA players are now posing as women, making the argument that they're eligible for the NBA, WNBA draft. Now, this argument is now making them lose their minds, and I'm happy that people are making fun of everything. People are making fun of their whole narrative and their logic that doesn't make any sense. It is not rooted in any fact or any biological fact. Now, a lady has been trending on social media, Misha Petrov on TikTok. She's been trending because she made a video, a very, very funny video, a very satirical video. But this video highlights the inconsistencies in the thinking process of these leftists or these liberals. It doesn't make any sense. When you use their logic back against them, you see that it doesn't make any sense. These same people that have been telling us that you can identify any way you wish to identify, you can self-identify, you can identify as a sheep, as a lamb, and now telling us that he's racist or he's misogynist or he's sexist to identify as a black person or as an Asian person or as an animal even. So I want us to watch the TikTok clip now, then I'll give you my take on that.
Transracial black women like myself have a more beautiful understanding of blackness than cisracial black women. And that's what I want to talk about today, especially because of all the propaganda nowadays telling black women to hate themselves. Someone that chooses to present as a black woman every single day, that's incredibly beautiful. One of the most common questions I've been asked is, are you planning on getting any medical procedures to help affirm your transracial identity, like melanin replacement therapy, things like that? And the answer is no. Trans black women are black women, regardless of what our bodies look like. I don't need to change my skin color, or my hair, or my makeup, or any other physical characteristics to prove to you that I am black. Saying that I need to pass as black is actually trans race phobia. It is TERF rhetoric, transracial exclusionary feminism. 1 second. Oh, and by the way, Free Palestine. My Starbucks identifies as Duncan. Inshallah. Shabbat Shalom. All that good stuff. So I do want to educate everyone on what it means to be a black woman trapped inside a white woman's body, trapped inside an Asian woman's body, which is what I personally am, which means I am both trans Asian and trans black. Transracial identities are valid. My pronouns, which are currently ni hao, are valid. All identities are valid. So if you are here to actually listen and learn, you can stay. But do not call me white. I do not identify with my race assigned at birth.
Now, the funniest thing about the clip is that she didn't, record it as a joke. Everybody knows it's satire, but she was dead serious. She was looking into the camera, seeing everything she's saying. Right now, she's saying that because when you ask these liberals that, okay, does any person have to actually do any surgical, change or any hormonal drug? They say no. If you just identify as a woman, you've automatically become a woman. This is the same argument she was making. Now she doesn't have to go for, melanin replacement therapy to identify as a black trans woman. So I'm just happy that she's actually using their logic against them because she's saying that she's a black woman trapped in an Asian woman's body and her pronouns are neha. And on face value, people that that are not crazy, people that have common sense, they know that this person is joking. But now the same people that have been saying over the years that you can identify as anything you want to identify are the same people saying that she's a racist and she's a misogynist and she's a transphobe. But one of the most important detail from this video is when she says she has a beautiful understanding of what it means to be a black woman than actual black women. And this is the same argument. There's a clip I saw yesterday, about a TikToker on TikTok rather, about a podcaster with the name Drew Afuelo. Mind you, this Drew Afuelo made her name on social media by being a strong feminist that is always calling out misogynistic men or calling out toxic masculinity. She was having a guest called ER Fighter. Mind you, this ER Fighter is a woman posing as a man. So I want us to hear what she said, and then you equate it with what Miss Petrov said, and you see that there's no difference. Just that the fact that it's coming from this woman now, and they know that he's making fun of their ideology. That is how you see this clip.
Truest thought on this is that I think that trans women have a more beautiful understanding what womanhood is.
I agree.
I think that unfortunately the programming for cis women it's kind of sad sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
I'm like, actually, no, your womanhood is not your role. Your womanhood is not your status in society, and your womanhood is not your ability to be sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
And this trans debate that's like centering all on, well, like if a quote unquote man in a dress is in a bathroom, he will rape me. I'm like, okay, well, then it sounds like the problem that we have is that men are going to rape and women are fearing rape their whole lives.
Right.
And when you talk to trans women about their womanhood, they talk about it, like almost gets me choked up. They talk about it in such this like beautiful, expansive way.
Yeah.
Of like, it's this feeling I always had.
Yeah.
You know, it's this truth I've always known. It's the most beautiful parts of me. It's my softest self. And I don't feel that from cis women right now because I think the propaganda is so strong.
I agree. Yeah.
And I love women. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with women. I'm obsessed with
Me too.
all women. I really am obsessed
Me
with all
too.
women.
Yeah.
And I want cis women to stop letting men be a barrier.
You know, the funny thing is that this Drew Afuelo, you know, sitting there listening to this person saying that a trans woman have a more beautiful understanding of what it means to be a woman than an actual woman. It is crazy. I don't know how they got away with saying cis women. What is the meaning of cis women? And the fact is that the only problem, I keep saying it, I'll bring it to the fact that this demography, the demography that support this, they are the problem. A staggering majority, yes, not all women, a staggering majority of women across the world, especially in these Western countries, these first Western countries, they support this stupid ideology, because if this person wasn't supporting this stupid and warped ideology, now this person wouldn't have had the guts to actually spew this on national TV on her podcast. But she's allowing it, agreeing and nodding along, just because maybe she doesn't want to, you know, be labeled as a transphobe. She doesn't want to piss off the trans community. Or most of the time, you know, like 50 or 60% of the time, they actually believe what they're actually agreeing with. They actually believe it. So this brings to a larger conversation of, in this world, where do we draw the line? If somebody can come out tomorrow and identify as a billionaire and ask everybody to start addressing he or she as a billionaire, everybody would think the person is crazy. But people are still accepting the fact that some people that wake up in a normal sane world, these people should be gotten help. This is gender dysphoria. And I'm not even faulting them for having this kind of sickness. This is gender dysphoria, whereby you think you are another or you are the opposite sex. But we are finding a way to accommodate these crazy people in our society. So I love the fact that, you know, this conversation is coming. A part of me doesn't like this conversation because it's redundant. It means that it looks as if we don't even understand reality anymore. But the fact that people are making fun of this retarded conversation, people are making fun of this ideology is what I'm happy about. And I love the fact that this clip is going viral, because there's a reason why the clip is going viral, because everybody is resonating with the fact that we now have to start making fun of these people. We now have to make satirical videos making fun of these crazy people in our midst. Because ask yourself, how come the women posing as men, trans men, they don't ever try to compete in men's space or men's sports? Ask yourself, how come they don't do that? Because they know they can't compete. It is because of these crazy biological men trying to take up women's space or take up the accolades meant for women. And the problem is that women are the biggest demographic supporting this stupidity. So at the time, I'm just like, everybody should just sit back, and then people that are, you know, betting individuals should just place a bet on these men playing in the WNBA, or men that are actually going to be playing in the women's league, and then make a whole lot of money. Nobody loses at this point, because they actually agree with the ideology already. But we can't do that, because in the same world there is a difference between reality and falsehood. So we always have to uphold reality and what is right. That is all I'm going to say about that. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you'll be notified anytime I drop another video. Until next time, peace.